Hope you're all well. We only got 1 hour and a bit to training, so I might overrun a little bit. So it's going to be live on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch this back, you can do. Okay, so and welcome to Peter for joining us. First Zoom session. So well done. Once you've been here, it's easier from then onwards. Okay. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do a bit of training, obviously. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to award you all a certificate for actually attendance today. So you're going to get one of these new certificates of attendance. So I'll be sending you one of those very soon. Okay. So well done for training. But also towards the end of the training session, I'm going to be giving out the best student awards as well. And I know a couple of people might not be here, but we're going to be awarding those as well. Okay, so it's just a shame we can't all get into the dojo and train together, but we keep plugging along and we'll get there. Right, so I'm just going to go through the 5-minute warm-up, and then we're going to go on and do some basic training. Most of the grades involved training today are green belts, purple belts and above, so we can sort of advance the techniques a little bit. Okay, right, let's get started. Right? Good, and your way. Okay, so arms backwards, big circles. Try not to knock your lampshades, especially those valuable ones. And forwards. Good, okay, rotating left to right. And like I'm keeping my elbows at shoulder height, and I'm turning on my back foot as well, so I'm not just leaving that static. Okay, so I can rotate the hip. Okay, circle hips. And Yaku. Good, okay, sit down the left foot. So most of you have seen the warm-up video that we have online. Most of you probably don't follow that before the training session, if you're honest with yourselves. So we need to be starting to do these a little bit more whilst we're online together, just to make sure you loosen them correctly. Good, okay, coming up into left ankle to dash. Push stance down. And ball the back foot, push forwards. Good, and face the opposite way. Okay, try and get your hips forward facing. You're doing this rather than here. Push your hip forward. Then ball of the foot, push down, and hand down in front. Good, okay, and coming up, twice shoulder width apart. Just lower yourself forwards. And up to the left side. And the right. Reach forwards. Push through the middle. And coming up, stretch up. Fingers together, so your palms are facing up. Over to the side. And this side. Good, and push up again. And leaning back. Good, and coming up. Just shake your legs off. Okay, right, sitting on the floor. Okay, so I might not be able to see it, most of you, but we'll just run through the routine. So, hurdle stretch, and stretch forwards. Good, and 45 degrees. And up and over. Good, back leg up, push back. And cross over. Good, back leg under. Head down. Good, and change. Okay, other leg behind. And stretch forwards. And at 45 degrees. And up and over. Good, back leg up, push back. And cross over, opposite arm. Good, front leg, tuck it under, head down. Good, legs out in front. Okay, just shake your legs off. Okay, grab your feet, or your ankles, whichever you can do. And push forwards. Good, and relax. Okay, point toes forward, ankles forward, and back, and forwards, and back. Okay, feet in. Okay, just bouncing. Good, push it down. Good, and bouncing. And push down. Good, and bouncing again. Good, and legs out in front, shake, and up you get. Try not to use your hands on the floor. Well, that's it, speed bones, and hips round. And Yakuza. Okay, and left forward stance, come on. Okay, so just 5 leg raises, nice and gentle, getting you higher each time. Ready? Itch, knee, san, shi, walk. Good, and change legs. And again, ready? Itch, knee, san, shi, walk. Good, okay. Everybody should be loosened up because you're pre-warmed up anyway, but we have to do that really to get us all in the right frame of mind. Okay, just straighten up and get yourself a quick swim in your juice before we start, because we're going to be going quite strong on that, on the basic stuff. I'm just going to check everybody's here. Bear with me.
And is shaking training the exact same as just normal training?
Yeah. But we're all together. Good. Excellent stuff. Okay, right. So what we're going to go through is some of the basic normal routines, just warming the body up. But we're going to go through the on-down basics, okay, which some of us all, well, pretty much know all of you have done these before, okay, so we'll try and get through those. Okay, yoi. Okay, so left hand right. Okay, step forward, punching Chudan Oizuki. Okay, so from here, nice strong Chudan Oizuki. Itch. Good, and back. Chudan, knee. Good, okay, so concentrate, elbows staying inwards. Keep your stance down. Remember to go halfway through, then punch. Ready? Itch. The same when you retract, get your foot back, then release the fist. Knee. Good. Itch. Knee. Itch. Knee. Good. Chudan Oizuki. Okay. And relax. Yame. Okay. Right. If you remember in 3rd Q grading, we used to do very basic things. It's because we need you to concentrate on the fundamentals of your basic training. Okay, and you should be getting quite adept at those by the time you get to brown belt. So always have forward facing position when you're stepping and punching, and we need to see breathing out, getting the lower abs tightened up. So that's really strong. And the Oizuki is center of the body. So it's all posture, hip position, and stance, yeah? Okay, so let's just try that again. We'll do it with Jolan Oizuki. Okay, so left get up right. Come on. Good. Hip back, half face in. So we're going to step forward to Jolan Oizuki. Okay? Itch. And again, when you step back, I want you to think about pulling this back. So if we get halfway with the footwork, pull the opposite arm back. Ready? Knee. Okay, so we step forward, itch. Keep your body, your hips and your shoulders in alignment, facing forwards. And we step back, knee. Good, so let's go forward, nice and strong. Leo, get your stance down. Longer stance. So look from here. As I step, I hold the upper body position. Don't lean into this position here. Ear, shoulder, hip, ankle, all in a vertical line there. Then you push off that leg. You draw back, you push. Okay, so get your legs making the technique strong for you. So step in and punch it. Ready? Itch. Draw back. Knee. Itch. Knee. Good. And yame. Good. And relax. Good. Okay. Right. So, two things going on there. Upper body. Okay, you've got the upper body punching techniques where I'm asking you to either pull or push. Okay, your fists, your shoulders should be in the correct position, your hips should be in the correct position, but you need to concentrate on your legs, making the stance strong and accelerating as well. Okay, so when I'm stepping forward from here, I'm actually going to step in quick. Here. Yeah? Then I push. So that back leg is nice and strong. I'll show you from this side. Yes, as I go in, and see this angle here, that is pushing that way. So now when I go to punch, I push off this leg and make that punch strong as ever. Okay, the power is coming from the ground through to your fist, so you need to make sure that stance is strong, okay? So what I want you to do now, on your own, you're going to stand in Genan Barai. You're going to do punches backwards and forwards, but I want you to start concentrating and getting power from the ground to your fist, okay? So in your own time, just have a few goes at that. And I'll have a watch. Use those strong leg muscles to push your power forward. Nice work, that's good. And don't forget this pulling action here. As you pull. You go forward, pull. Yeah, you've got to have that hikita. Good, and yame. Good. Excellent. It's quite good when some of you have got a bit of a time lag and then it goes to catch up because you suddenly go like this. You start moving really quickly. Okay, so when we've done basic Chokuzuki, I've often said to you, use this hand as a grabbing hand, yeah, the pull, punch. This is no different when you're doing a stepping punch. So I imagine this hand's here and it's grabbed, and I'm going to use that to help me accelerate going forward. So if you imagine holding onto a door handle and it's a closed door, you can pull. Yeah, same as you pull yourself up, it's to pull in a forward position, you're doing this. Yeah, so that has to be really important. That is going to be one of your best self-defense mechanisms there, is to grab and actually then go to attack. So don't let your opponent go away. Okay, so concentrate on that when you're doing basics. Okay, right, so ready position. So we're going to do Shutuoki in Kukutsu. Okay, so we're going to go forward, hit left, Shutuoki Kukutsu. Come on. Good, okay, and back again. Okay, what I want you to do is to look where your hips are facing now, forward, and where they're going to end up, which is half facing. Okay, so from here, you should be in this position to start with. You should be prepping your foot position, and then as you execute this block, your hip is coming into play like that. So don't just step into that position and then concentrate all your power on there. You need your stance of your hips to help you with the block. Okay, so you go forward from here, get a little bit of a kick from the hip. Forward facing, move the hip backwards like that. 1, 2. Okay, so try that into left stance again. Remember, hold your hip forward until you're ready to pull and block. Ready? Left stance. Come on. Good. And back again. Now do it 5 times and see if you can get your hip to do that as you do your block. Okay? 5 times. Begin. For those on YouTube, I can't see you, so I'm just presuming you're doing what you need to do. Yes, forward.
I'm monitoring the YouTube, something.
Huh?
I'm monitoring the YouTube.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
Good, good. Okay, good. And Yami. Okay, so there, try and concentrate on those a little bit. Lindsay, just tilt your camera angle down a little bit, just so that I can only see from the shoulders upwards. That's it, good. Okay, so all the power's coming from here. So we're going to do this now. We're going to do shoot working. We're going to step forward, shoot working, step back, shoot working. Okay, so when we go from this position here and we step, what I don't want you to see you doing is going to this position with your hip to there. You should be holding your hip when you go to do the block at the end. Again, making sure that hip rotates. Okay, so in left shootuki, right? Okay, left stance. So now we're going to step forward. Shootuki. Okay, so look, as I go halfway through, my hips are facing forwards. As I go to land and place my front foot, then I get that block straight. Yeah, ready? Ish. Good. And exactly the same when you're retreating again from here. Hips are forward facing, foot position, then hip comes in with a block. And back, knee. Good. So halfway position, you should be here. You're stepping back, you should be here. And then use your hip. Okay, so now stepping forward again from here, in, and block. Ready? Ish. Good, and back. Knee. Come on, Leo, get with the program. Okay, right, ready. So look, move quick. So your stance is going from here. You move in. Yeah, ready? Ish. Good, and then back. Knee. Good, and forward. Ish. And knee. Good, and yame. Good. So I've always taught that when you do this block here, you go for this halfway position here, that's your defense here. So you can either use that as your hand to stop the person coming closer, okay, or going into the face, or you're striking out and going into the throat. So make sure when you're advancing or retreating, you should be going really strong with that hand. This hand needs to have a good thrust on it. Okay, so from here, it's there. But I don't stay there, it's just a bang and I'm on to the next part. But I don't bypass that and go halfway and then do this. I fully extend as that as a striking technique. Okay, so I'm in, then in, and back. Even on the retreating technique here, that has power. And then back into Kukutsu dash, okay? So try that 5 times on either side, okay? So go forward, back, okay? Begin. Attacking, use this hand here as well as thinking of that as a blocking technique, and then blocking Shuto. Yeah, get that retracting hand back, nice and strong. Remember, if it's coming back towards you, it's almost got a pulling action. Good. Okay, and yeah, mate. Right, this time, try and maintain the same height as you travel through the stance. The same when you do Zenkutsu dash. Okay, you remember from beginner lessons that you don't step up and then drop down. You actually traverse across at the same height and then you push yourself forward. Same with Kukutsu dash. You're keeping yourself down at the same height. And the same when you retract. Okay, don't go into this, into this. So you're using your hips, pull back, and then block. Okay. So rather than trying to push forward and push back, try and pull. Okay? You understand what I mean? Okay, so just try that again 5 times. Okay? Forward and back. Now concentrate on your leg work. Begin. Nice. Okay, and yeah, mate. Good. And get yourself a quick slurp of juice if you got one. A cup of tea if you got one nearby. Excellent stuff. Good. So again, when you're doing the stance work, don't underestimate this technique. Yeah, this is an attacking technique in itself. It has to be strong. Okay, so when you're doing blocks, try not to flick. Do that. Get this cutting action. Comes through like that. So if you know the translation of sword hand, okay, sword hand's not a whip. It's a straight object. Yeah, bang. So you got to think of that cutting through. And then coming to a tension at the end. Okay, good. Right, let's move on to the next one then. Okay, so we're going to work on Furudachi, stance Furudachi. Okay, so we go from Zenkutsu dash. Okay, and then we're going to turn our front foot slightly inwards, and we're going to bend the back leg and push it outwards. So if I show you from here. This is forward stance, Zenkutsu dash. Okay. Now I'm going to turn the front foot slightly inwards, and it should match the same angle as the back foot. And then I'm going to bend the back leg and push the knee outwards of the back leg, and that should be your Furudachi. Okay, or Soshin dash, depending on the kata, wherever you're doing it. Okay, so pushing down here. Okay, so just try and find that stance, and I'm going to answer a question from Seth. Go.
How far away are the legs apart?
Shoulder width. Or length. You're talking about length or the width?
Yeah.
The width of the stance is shoulder width apart. Okay? No more than shoulder width apart. Okay? Do not go wider than that. Okay? Jack, look like you've gone fairly too wide. Remember, when you're doing stances, don't make them so long and so wide that you find difficulty transferring from one step to the next. Okay, it's just a transition, a stepping movement. Okay, so from here, shoulder width, okay, outside edge of the shoulders. Okay, then just turning that hip, push the knee out, and you should be there. And it's still 60-40. Okay, 60-40 like this. Okay, sit down on the stance. Another way to find this stance is from Zenkutsu Dachi. Here is to turn completely into Kiba Dachi. Okay, so you can see my feet are changed, and I'm going to just slightly push forwards on the weight. Okay, here, and then I make sure that that knee is pushed outwards. Okay, I prefer to find it this way to there, and that's where I feel more rooted to the stance. Okay, so just try and find that stance again. I'm just going to scroll through and see where you are. Make sure you've got that. Not that I can see all of your, I can see your waist ups, most of you. Good. Just lower down a bit more, Michael. Aye, that's it, good. It's your pain and my pleasure. It's not a nice one. Come on, John, you can do it. A bit lower. Come on, Jack. Be a bit tougher on your dad. He's lower grade than you. Okay, and yeah, just relax. Okay, so what we're going to be doing, we're going to be stepping forward, punching. We're going to do actually the oizuki in Fuda Dachi. Okay, so slightly different technique. So from here, okay, downward block. If you see where my front foot is pointing, okay, slightly off over there. With Zenkutsu Dachi, it's down that alignment there. Okay, so my front foot is slightly turned in. So when I go from here, I pull in and I follow the alignment with my back foot. So they're there, like that. Then I step into line, okay, and then I'm going to pull the punch. I'm going to rotate into Fuda Dachi. I'm not going to have my shoulders in forward-facing position, okay? They're just in line with my hips, okay, like this. And when I step back, feet are in line again. I step back, rotate, and then I go into Fuda Dachi again, okay? So I want you to go forward from here, yoi, into left good and right, Fuda Dachi. Come on. So get your stance, settle into it. Some of you are like you're getting into bed and just rolling around and finding your position. Okay, once you get natural at it, you'll just drop into that stance. So we step and we punch. Oizuki, Fuda Dachi. Ready? Ichi. Knee. Ichi. Knee. Good. It's taking some thinking about it, isn't it? Okay, so just watch again. I'll explain that again for you. Okay, so remember, if you can see my feet, okay, you'll see in Zenkutsu Dachi, my outer edge of my foot is down that alignment here. Okay, when I go to Fuda Dachi, slightly turn inwards there. So when I come forward, in, so my body's slightly off at an angle now, I step, and then when I go to punch, it all rotates into position to Fuda Dachi. Okay? When I retract, just reverse technique. Over there. In, punch, in, punch. Okay? So I want you to try that a few times forward and back and just see how you get on. Make it strong. Remember the pulling action of the punching as well. Okay? Begin. So make sure you keep your elbows in when you're doing the punching. Okay, so you're actually keeping it very narrow into this center line. So we go forward here, punch. So keep yourself down lower. The more athletic you are, the more supple you are, just push your stance down lower. Okay, knowing who you are. Okay, and Yame. Okay, right, to explain, with stances, the forward stance, you have your knee here, push down. You have a feeling of just pushing out slightly. You also have the same feeling with your back leg in Yakuza dash of pushing out. So the stance has a compression of that way, not dropping in and pulling inwards. Okay, you think of more like Sanchin, yeah, or Hangets is there. This is Zenkurts, okay, it's pushing outwards. Through the dash is exactly the same feeling of pushing outwards with your stance. Okay, so as you step forward from here, yeah, you've got to remember to push outwards. Make sure your knees come out rather than leaving that one dropped in like that. Okay, it's quite a significant amount of pressure being lost. If your knee drops in, your pressure goes onto the instep of the big toe. Okay, the ball of the big toe. What it should be going to is the outer edge of your foot. So it's there. Okay, so it's really important. That's why this is in the higher grade level syllabus. Okay, good. Right. Okay, ready position your way. Let's get back to it. Okay, so from here, I want you to step forward into left Nekoashi dash. Okay, so the cat stance. So from here, you're going to go into left stance, get under eye, Nekoashi dash. Okay, going forward. So from here, ready, come on. Good. And we're going to step forward. Same stance, okay, same block. Knee. Good. And then back. Itch. Forward. Knee. Itch. Knee. Good. And Yame. Okay, so with that stance, find the correct position. Shoulder width apart with your feet. Put one foot in front. Okay. Now your back foot needs to turn slightly inwards. And then you need to go onto the ball of the back foot, ball of the front foot here. Nekoashi dash. So you're back here. Okay. And you sit down in that stance so you can feel this leg muscle working. Okay. Nekoashi dash, cat stance. So from here, as I go to do the block, I'm going to drop down, and you can see my hips facing forwards. As that foot comes into position, my hip will now kick back. I go forward, foot into position, and then I pull my hip back. Okay? So I want you to try that forward and back a couple of times, and then we'll recap on that. Keep down. Okay? I'm not asking you to go as low as you do in your Zenkutsu dash, and it might not seem as powerful at the minute this starts, but you need to work on it to make it strong. 90% of the weight on the front leg. Okay, good. These are really good stances for those that struggle with doing long stances, the Shotokan stances. Okay, right, just look up a minute. Okay, yeah, mate. The ball of the foot, or the front foot. You look at the ankle position. Okay, can you all see my foot? Yeah. There. Not here. If you haven't got the flexibility, you should still have that feeling of pushing that ball of the foot to the ground. There. And you're not raising up here, you're dropping down. So you're in that position. Okay? So your footwork is slightly outwards here. One out, one forwards. So in that position. Then you drop down. Then as I go to step forward, I put the heel down, then step, and then block. Okay? So try that forward and back again. That's it, Seth. Keep down lower. Keep pushing down. 1, 2, 1, 2. Bit wobbly there. Proper blocks. Power. And your hips should be half facing position, not necessarily forward facing. Okay, half facing. And for me, that generally hurts my knee as well, mainly because of the age, I think. Good. Excellent stuff. Okay, and yame. Breathe in and out. Good, and out. Right, get yourself a quick drink and then we're going to go through the whole form. So I did post a video of this into our group the other day. Well, no, the other day, last week sometime. So most of you might have been practicing it. Maybe. Good, you're all there, ready to go. Where's Lindsay gone? Has she gone to the bar? Well, it is 10:30 anyway, come on. Old days when we were younger, that'll be it. We're waiting for the place to open. Okay, right, Yoi, ready position. Okay, so from here, we're going to just go forward with a right oizuki first off. So I'm going to chamber my fist. I'm going to push, Zenku snatch, oizuki, Chida. Ready? Itch. Hip position. Now you're going to step back, Shizuoki, Kukutsu. Knee. Good. Then on the spot, we're going to go Yakuzuki, Zenku Dachi. Knee. Good. And back to the beginning. So what we've got is Oizuki, Shizuoki, Yakuzuki. Okay, Zenkutsu Dachi, Kukutsu Dachi, then Zenkutsu Dachi. Okay? So remember the chambering and the dropping of the hips, pushing that punch forward. Ready? Itch. Keep your hips square on. Shoot up. Knee. Now we're going to drive off that back leg and get that Yakuzuki. Sun. Good. Now we're going to change to get on the right in Fudachi. Sheep. Yeah, good. Now we're going to step forward. Oizuki, Fudachi. Itch. Then we step back. Fudachi, Oizuki. Knee. Good. And yame. Okay, so I'll just run through that sequence for you. Okay, so from here, Oizuki, Zenkutsu, Shizuoki, Kukutsu Dachi, Yakuzuki, Zenkutsu Dachi, get Amburai, Fudachi, Oizuki, Fudachi, step back, Oizuki, Fudachi. Us? Okay, let's try again. Yoi. So on the count, right fist forward, right leg forward. Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Wo. Rock. Good, and yame. Okay, so I want you to run through that a few times just to get that clear in your head. Okay? Most of you should remember that technique. Good. Okay, I'm just going to check. Let somebody back in. I think somebody's dropped out. Right. Okay, and yellow. Good. So all that basic stuff we did at the beginning of watching the hips as you step forward and the body posture, that all comes into play in that very basic thing. Okay. One thing to note: after you've done Yakuza, that Shutoki, you need to be driving your force forward with the punch. Okay, so make sure that when you go out with this left foot, you turn on your heel and then you drive your Yakuza forward, rather than going from here, turning the ball of the foot and putting the heel down. Okay, you'll find that will drive the hip and ground that foot to do the Yakuza a lot stronger. Okay, so from here, I step, I drive that forward. Okay, a bit like some of the turns in G-on, it's actually easy to turn on the heel as well. Okay, right, let's move on. Let's repeat that and then add on to the next two techniques, which is the MP Uchi. So from here, yoi. Okay, so right punch, ich. Shutoki, ni. Yakuza, san. Okay, then get out of the right through that. Shi. Good. Oizuki through that. San. And back. Shi. Good. So from here, we're going to turn clockwise into Kidash Yoko MP. Okay? So again, from here, we're going to go back. Right leg moves. Empiuchi in Kidash. Ready? Ish. Clockwise turning. This is where it gets difficult now, isn't it? Some of you are going, oh, which way is that? No, you're gone wrong there, Michael. Okay, let's go back again. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going left through dash. Okay, so you're going to turn your right leg and you're going to turn it clockwise into Kidash. Here. So you cross this alignment now. Okay, so I do it facing the way you're doing it here. You should be turning and striking like that. Okay, just do that turn 3 or 4 times to make sure I know you've all got that correct turn. From Fudadatch to Kibadatch. Drop your stance down, Peter. Bit lower. That's it, Michael. Well done. Good. Lindsay, try it one more. You can't get it. I'll do it facing this way. Okay, so from here, we're going to turn clockwise. Right elbow. No. Back again. Left leg forward. Left fist out. Okay. So the wall to your left is where you're going to spin to and face that wall. Try that. No. Back again. You're moving the wrong leg. Your right leg. Move your right leg. Towards the wall at the side of you. That one, yes. So you're aiming towards that wall. Yeah, Seffi, you got it? No, you're going too far around, Lindsay. You're only doing a quarter turn. Just from here. So you should end up with your back to the camera. There you go, that's it. Brilliant. Hey, have you got it, Seth? Show me. Show me. No, go the wrong way. Clockwise. Turn clockwise. Left fist out in front. Left fist out in front facing the camera. Left leg in front. Set. Now turn clockwise with your right leg towards your sofa. Towards your sofa. Pleasures of teaching online. Okay, right, let's go back to the beginning. Okay. So from here, yaw. So we're going to do stepping punch first. Right fist in. Inch. Knee. Sunk. Sheep. Roll. Rook. Now we're going for the elbow strike. Sitch. And we're going to continue that turn with the same leg, same elbow. Striking the opposite way. Knee. Good. Okay. So let me just explain that for you. Put your hand up if you're struggling with that turning. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to spend.
I'm just getting confused.
I know you are. Right. You all know counterclockwise. You know clockwise. You know your left and your right. So listen to those key points in that combination. Okay. So I'll do it facing the way you're aiming. So from here, okay, I'm going to turn clockwise with my right leg, right elbow. Okay? So now I'm going to turn again and I'm going to keep going in the same direction on a full 180 degrees with my right leg, right arm into Kibadachi. Okay? So from here, it's 1, 2. Okay? Right leg, right elbow, both times. Okay, try that. Everyone.
Very.
Yes?
Doing it with the Fubidachi with the right leg forward instead of the left. Because you do 2 oranzukis. You go from that to that one, so you've got your right leg forward before you do the.
No.
You
Do Yakuza 1, 2, 3, 4. Your left is in front. And then you go right elbow, right elbow.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Nice work, Peter. Good. Good. We're getting there. We're getting there. I know most of you will go back and watch that video after this session now, because there's always going to be something in your kata that you just can't quite get and you need time to absorb that and digest the turning. So the important thing in that turning from here, okay, is that you don't turn and bring your back foot around in a circle. Exactly the same way as you're doing Kion Taikoku Kata, is that you don't rotate around and do that movement in a half circle. You actually come in and then you direct the direction you're going. It's exactly the same with these kind of turns as when you go from here, you pull in and you push. You pull in and you push. Yeah? So it's important that you don't drag your foot outwards, you keep it on that linear line movement. I'll show you from here. In, push, in, push. Okay? So just try that bit again, make sure you're all there, and then I'm going to do the last couple of moves in that kata. All those basics. Kata, form. Okay, good, we're getting there. It's just getting that coordination, okay? So you can play around with these techniques a little bit, change stances and so forth, but we won't do that today. So from here, okay, so I'll just run through it so you can watch. It's punching, block, attack, block, attack, attack, okay, attack and Byochi, and again here. Now when we go from this position, we're going to bring the right leg in to Neko Ashidachi, and we're going to block Get Ambarai from the Kidachi position. So what we're looking for is your hip movement to do this, okay? So from here, you watch, I'm going to use my arms to prep, and then I'm going to use my hips to pull that stance in to a good strong Neko Ashidachi, okay? So try and keep the stance down, but try it from Kidachi, elbow strike, and then whip that leg in using the power of your hips. Okay, so again here, it's prep, pull. Yeah, that's it. You should be in the right leg in front and the right arm in front. Right, Neko Ashidachi, Get Ambarai. Hi Leslie, right, okay, so Leslie, go from here, in Kidachi, here, Neko Ashidachi, yeah, watch, but just do the hip work, it's that, pull it, got to use your hips and pull that round, and make it sharp, okay? Peter, make sure you just turn your left foot slightly, don't leave it facing forwards. Okay, because that's going to damage your knee. That's better.
Push.
Yeah, because your foot's stuck and your knee's still rotating.
Push.
Good. Go on, Lindsay. That's it. Yeah, you got it. Well done. Good. Come on, Leo. Let's see you doing it. Okay, you're blocking with your left leg or your right arm. It should be your right arm. So do it from right elbow strike. Okay, and then it's a right downward block. That's it. Yes, good. Get it on the correct side. That's it, Leslie. Good. Okay. I was nearly called you Jessica. Livy. It's got Jessica on the screen. Livy, can you make sure you use your hips so you pull your hips round more? You get that whip. Yeah, so you go from here. Force of that body weight. Here, bang. Get that round. You're nearly there, John. You're nearly there. Doing all his Bruce Lee stuff. Okay, right, let's move on. Okay, so I'll just repeat through that whole sequence again, and then we'll do the next part, which is slightly harder for you. Okay, it'll take a little bit of explaining. So from here in Yoi, I'll go on. Punch, block, Yakuza, Get Ambarai Furudachi, Oizuki Furudachi, Oizuki Furudachi. Kidachi and Byochi, Kidachi and Byochi, Get Ambarai, Neko Ashidachi. Okay? So now we're going to go from here. What I want you to do is to practice. Well done, Livy. Remember the setup position. Right palm facing you, left hand just underneath your right elbow. Okay? So that's where you want to go. This is a prep position. So from here, left hand underneath the right elbow, right palm towards you. Now your right arm's going to come round inside. Okay, going counterclockwise. and it's going to come round to here. Okay, so think about that. I like the way you all just did that. So from here, I prep, my right hand goes counterclockwise in, and then it comes with my palm out, okay? And my left hand goes counterclockwise, goes on the outside. So from here, look, round. So we've got a high wave and a low wave. Yeah? Okay. So again, from here, 1, 2, 3. So your left hand should be on your left hip, palm facing forward, your right into your shoulder. Okay? That's where you want to be for that. So, you go from downward block, and then you're here, inwards. So the left hand's going counterclockwise on the outside, okay? And your right hand is going palm facing inwards on the inside. But then it changes to palm facing away on the outside. Okay, so this one is doing this. Don't blame me on the sunshine. Okay, so from here, look. Palm facing me, my right hand coming inwards. Then it comes round, palm facing forwards and in towards my shoulder. Okay, your left hand goes palm facing outward and around to my left hip. So you should end up with your left palm facing forwards on your hip. Okay, so we're looking at the palm heel, and then right is into the shoulder. Okay, that's the important part. So to get that into perspective here, so we've done downward block, we're going to go from here. And we push forward. Now, let's look at the stance work. Okay, so I'm just going to change my camera angle for those on Zoom, because this is the important part for senior grade. Let me just scoot across, get myself on camera so I can see where we are. Okay. Right, so just got to move this camera out of the way. If I'm in catch here, okay, that ball of the foot is going to turn like that. And I'm going to drop my heel down onto the ground. You can see my knees are inwards. Okay, so my left foot hasn't changed. I'll show you from the front here. So if my Neko Ashidachi is here, you can see my left supporting foot is slightly out. My right ball of the foot is forward. So now I'm going to turn that, and then I'm going to push the heel down, and then I'm here. So that is a very subtle movement, but it's like a corkscrew movement of going through like this, like that. Okay. So I'll show you from the downward block position, Neko Ashidachi here. I'm going to come round, and then I'm going to push forwards like that. So I'm in Sanchin Stance. Okay, so you can see the distance between my heels and my toe. Okay, the alignment there. This foot, left foot, is slightly in front of my right. Okay, so again, from here, 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's all in the detail for those of senior grade. Okay, so look, 1, 2, 3, 4, push here, and you should have your knees slightly compressed inwards, pulled in. So you have the feeling of the inner thigh muscles pulling in, but you also have the feeling of the feet pushing outwards at the same time, so the whole body is solid, including the torso. So as you go from here, you're there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So just try that from the downward block position. Have a go, and I'll just assess what you're doing. I'll move my camera a little bit. That's it. Good. Yes, Seth. Go.
Now I have a question.
Oh.
I'll just tilt my camera down.
Okay, so I can see your feet. Hopefully you've all done your nails. Okay, has anybody got any questions on YouTube? Please fire away. Good. Nice breathing there, Peter. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, it's good. Never be afraid to ask questions, okay? This is why you're here, it's why you're learning, okay? If I don't know the answer to the question, then I'll not make it up. I'll go and ask somebody. No, I won't make it up, Livy. You're laughing. I can see you all in the afternoon now. You're going to be wandering around going, doing this. Okay, let me show you again, once more. From Nakoashidash, here. Threat position. Palm, right palm facing towards you, left palm down. Left hand goes outwards, clockwise, counterclockwise to the hip. Okay? Right hand comes on the inside of your left hand. Around. Then it goes to a palm facing forwards as it comes into the shoulder. Okay? So from here, it's around. Then push forwards. This one is Taisho. And we're looking down that center line again. Okay? So Taisho here, Shuto there. And you want to have your elbows not tucked in tight, but close in so you've got muscle strength in your arms, not to here. Okay? It's important you understand that this is hard to teach you without showing you it. Once I show you the technique and application, you'll understand it, and it's quite easy to remember. So from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just have a few minutes, practice that on your own again. Must be doing all right. I got a thumbs up on YouTube from Dudley. That's it, Stephen. Good. Okay, get your Sanchin Stance here. I'll just show you a slight angle so you can see it. It's there. So I'm having this feeling of pulling it in here. So you have that feeling of pushing against your hands, but also have the feeling of pushing out here and also tensing your torso. Okay. For those that know hand gets, it's shortened stance really, of similarity, not the same. Okay, so remember, both hands are going clockwise, counterclockwise. Both go counterclockwise. Left hand, palm facing out on the outside of the circle. This one, right hand on the inside of the circle, palm facing in. So you get to here, and it comes round to there. And then you do the push forwards. Okay? Again, here. You're there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Right, now that's frozen all your brains up. Let's go back to the very beginning, okay? We'll do the easy bit because that'll make you feel better. Okay? And then you can sit down all day if you need to contemplate that technique. Okay, yawn. Okay, so first movement, stepping and punching, oizuki chudan. Ready? Itch. Good. Now step back, shitugi, knee. And gyakuzuki, san. Make sure your shoulder. Stepping back, rock. Remember your right leg moves. Kirash, itch. Stay down the road. Leg again. Knee. Good, we're getting there. Neko ashidachi. Get on right. Good. Then we're going for the final movement. Itch. Good. And then back to the beginning. Okay. Try and piece that together now on your own. Okay. All one count. Good. Excellent stuff. You're getting it. Okay, anyame. Okay, so we're just going to finish off. So, when we started the lesson, I was talking about the way you're transferring from one stance to the next. Okay, so remember the pulling in and the pushing. Okay, keeping your hips square when you're doing shutuki in kakutsudachi. Okay, all those little things, the pulling and the reaction. We went through furudachi stance, how to get into that position. Okay, so if you look in Nakayama's book, which is this one, okay, you'll find that that stance is in there, and it's a very, very good book. Okay, and it's quite descriptive. So if you can't quite piece it together off watching videos, sometimes just having it as a diagram in here helps you. Okay, help me a lot. So yeah, so we've done all that. So when you're doing those techniques, you need to be looking at how you're transferring from one position to the next. Okay, and how much power you're getting with those techniques. Yeah. So let's do it all together to count. Just to finish off, and then I'm going to let you know who's got these best student awards. Okay, Yoi. Okay, so oizuki, nice and strong. Remember, dropping down, chambering the fist. Ready? Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Pitch. Touch. Ju. Good. Anyame. Good. Amba. Excellent stuff. Well done. Get yourself a quick drink. Okay, so I said everybody that came along today will get one of these certificates. So unless you've moved house in the past year, I should still have your address and I will post that to you. Okay, and you can take it into work if you're at work or at school, put it on your desk at school, tell everybody, and it's got a bit of advertising in there with the logo. Don't miss a trick. Okay, so best student awards. Okay, we've not got trophies obviously, but we're going to give these out to well, 2 of them are here. And it's quite hard, but I'm thinking it's the ones that have done the most amount of improvement and really trying hard, okay? Not that you're all not trying hard, but these ones are really struggling. But throughout all of the lockdown, from March, there's one person that's been very, very consistent with their training online, and that's Leslie Taylor. So, Leslie, I'm going to award you this certificate, okay? And I'll be sending that to you. So, well done to you, young man. You're consistently online and trying hard, so future black belt for definite. Okay, and the other one is Emma Ward. Emma's not here. They're opening their shop this morning, so I'm presuming, yeah, they're not either that or they're watching on YouTube. But Emma's been really driving force of her family to make them train online as well, and she's been struggling a little bit with it, but she's actually nailing it now, so well done to her. And the other one is somebody who hasn't shown up this morning, but I'd already pre-planned it in my mind, and that's Angus. Angus deserves it because he's been really trying hard, and his nunchucker skills have come up quite considerably since we started nunchucker training. But he's probably nursing a hangover, so Angus, can't wait to get you back in the dojo and I'll give you a beasting. So well done to you. And the other one is to another young man who's been online all of the time, okay, and that's Leo Kettle. Yeah, Leo, yeah, it's you. So I'm going to send this to you, so well done to you, young man. Really proud of you, and you are making significant improvement, okay, and you train really, really well when you're online, which is all important, okay, so well done to you all. Okay, so that's about it, really. If anybody wants to stay online and have a chat, I'm going to be here. If you've got any questions, I'm just going to say goodbye to YouTube, so see you later. Yeah.